Hey, what's up YouTube 72 fans? One back with a video series that hasn't been uploaded in quite a while. That's right, it's a truck trailer video. Actually gonna be a couple of them, I think. So anyways, this one's gonna be a lot better than just replacing a couple tailgate bolts in the last one here. So now, since I started this series as a way to rebuild the trailer here with the current bed that's on it, but before that I had an old orange bed, which I'll insert a picture here for just at the end here. I'll insert a picture of it right now. As you can tell by looking at that, it's that the original bed was pretty beat up, and as in truck trailer history, rebuild the good old days video in this series, it went to the dump scrapyard for some money, and then I stumbled on this, and I bought this one off my friend for another trailer and took the bed off it and junked the rest of the truck trailer that was his, except for the few suspension parts that were worth keeping off it. And then I got some taillight lenses and some other parts from a guy, and replaced the wheel wells in it. And before that, I replaced the bed liner to start off the series. But this all started because I found a new front apron here, which is this piece on the front right here, the whole front part right here. Oh, sorry, tree branch. I found that a while back at the junkyard, and then that got me started on rebuilding the whole thing, getting rid of the orange bed and whatnot. So, and this bed is a 1969 from my friend, the neighbor who lives in the neighborhood. And as you can tell, it's got, well, it's not really, as you can tell, it's got some, no regular rust out right here, but it's also got a nice sized dent, which is a pain in the butt to pull out, and it's rusty, and like anything in Nebraska would, because they salt the roads and stuff, and everything rusts, and it's just bad. So, and that side's all dented and dinged up, and same goes for the driver's side here. Needless to say, it's seen better days. But the idea was I got the wheel wells from which of course you can see here. It's been a while since we've seen these. That one and that one. So I also had that front apron and a better passenger side bedside that was gonna go on. That was gonna replace this, which was gonna be a video. But the only thing I didn't have was the floor, because the one in this one is a steel floor, which is rotted beyond repair because of my friend not taking care of it, which is why it has this plate steel floor. As you can see, it's just some plate steel pieces welded over the original floor. So I was gonna have the plate steel with some other material I had in my garage to build a factory-like steel floor, and then bolt all the good pieces to it. But I was still missing a better driver's side bedside. Sorry, because of the dent in that one and the rust on the inside and the outside of it. So I looked and I looked and I looked and called around a ton of salvage yards, and from where I live it's like a 2-hour drive, and they might have one, and that's like $500 at least, and a long ways from where I go, and they might have it and they might not. So anyways, not more about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was on Craigslist out here in Nebraska where I live. I don't know whether it's it might be nationwide, or it might not be, but it's like online classified ads. You can find just about anything. And instead of finding just a driver's side bedside, I found a complete bed. So pretty much this whole bed is going to go to the junkyard, but not before I save a few good pieces off of it. And of course I'm going to show you how I get rid of this one and switch it out for the other one. And I wonder that it's going to replace this one is a lot better, but you guys will see that when I go to put it on. I'm not going to spoil. I'm going to leave you guys a little something to watch for the next part. So anyways, the thing is what are we going to pillage off? What am I going to pillage, save, scavenge off this thing? Is going to be, first off, sorry, bad angle, the tailgate. The bed I have doesn't have a tailgate in it, so that's going to have to come out. And let me drop the tailgate here for a second. Now, as I showed her in the tailgate, when I replaced the tailgate bolts in the earlier video, there's when I moved the tailgate up and down here, can't see it very well, but there's 2 pieces down there that the tailgate rolls on, and then you have your tailgate hinges, which is this right here, and this goes onto the inside of the bedside of each bedside with 2 bolts, and that's what they let your tailgate drop straight without, you know, flopping all the way down, because if they weren't attached to this right there, it wouldn't sit nice and level like it does right now. The bed I got doesn't have that hardware for the top and the bottom on each side, so this is definitely going to get saved. That's going to require a little bit of work to get it into the other one. So the tailgate and the hinges and the hardware is going to stay. The scrap heap for this. Now, the wheel wells on the passenger side and the driver's side are going to stay. They're not going to go into the new bed because it's in really good shape, but I can sell these for money if I want to, like on Craigslist or eBay or whatever, you know, somehow, for some money if I want to, or I can keep them as spares. So that's gonna stay. Those aren't gonna go in the junk heap. Now this big piece of right where my foot's on right here, that piece of metal, or what they call C-channel, running from where my foot is right there, from there over to the passenger side right there. Okay, I can get a less clear shot right there. That's also gonna get saved as well. Now the whole plate steel floor, pretty much just this one long piece going along the passenger side, and this this piece and that piece, which covers up the original cratered old floor, cratered, rusty, worn out thing that barely holds this bed together, is gonna be saved. And this white piece right here, it's welded into the passenger side bedside. Probably thinking, why save all this rusty metal? Because it's heavy, good heavy metal, and no, I don't mean music. Okay, bad joke, sorry. Because it's expensive, and it's useful to have around if you need it for whatever. Especially when you do car work and whatever, like I do. So that's gonna stay. The wheel wells are gonna stay, and the tailgate hardware is gonna stay as well. So let me hop down. Okay. The backup light housing and the main tail light housing are gonna stay as well, just for spares and whatnot. Side marker light right here, which is pretty much like a tail light on the side of your trailer. They don't have these on new vehicles anymore, but they did back then. It's like just lights on the side, so anybody can see, when you're driving along or whatever at night. Those are going to stay as well. Now, I have all the lenses and housings, not on that side, on the passenger side at the moment. So those are going to go on the new bed as well. But these two are definitely going to come off, along with the housings and the driver's side marker light. Let's see. Is there anything else I'm going to save off this thing? Not really. No, because it's pretty well junk. I'm just walking around here aimlessly. Now, first thing that I'm gonna have to do is pretty much, I already unbolted the wheel wells because they bolted in and out, like a covered in wheel well installation. Parts 1 and 2, I think. Yeah, I think that was a two-parter. Yeah, it was. I already unbolted those, and there's 8 bolts, mounting bolts, that hold the bed to the frame. And usually I only put 4 on each of the corners, but this one was mashed, so I can only put 3 in. I also had a friend help me unbolt those as well, since I can't hold the nut and the bolt. I unbolt them by myself. So anyways, and the bumper's gonna have to come off to be able to put the new bed on, and then the taillight wiring's gonna have to come out. So it's gonna be a lot of work to get the old bed off here and save everything that I want to out of here. But for right now, I'm just gonna start off by removing the tailgate here, which is okay, let's see, let me get a good shot of it. Right there where my finger is. Right there. That's one of the bolts that goes into the side of the bedside. And now here would usually be your top one, but in this case it rusted out. Like half this trailer's pickup bed is rusted away. So my friend got cheap, since he didn't care about the looks or care about this thing, period. Just drilled a hole straight through the side of the bedside and just ran a piece of threaded rod, which is what your nuts go on to hold it in place. So he just ran it through there and just, I don't know, ghettoed it, cheaped it, whatever. So there's 2 of those on each side, 2 bolts. Not a nut and a bolt like he did, there's just bolts. Then there's the nuts and the bolts on the upper one right there where my finger's at, and then there's no, you can barely see it, right where kind of where my finger's pointing at, right there. where the lower one comes off. That's gonna be the first thing that goes. But anyways, yeah, for now it's gonna take a little bit of work with the screwdriver and a little bit of work with the grinder to cut the piece of seat channel off the front apron and that piece of metal off the side of that passenger side bedside. So anyways, that's gonna do it for now, but I'll leave you with a little bit of a teaser. Well, if you guys are wondering why the title of this video is called Truck Trailer Rebuild Deathbed Revival, it's because pretty much I'm going to take this bed, pretty much kill the dang thing, which would be the death part, and since it's a truck bed, deathbed, and I'm going to turn around. Now you're thinking that makes the trailer useless as well, but no, I have another bed that's going on here. So I'm going to turn around and it's going to be useless until I get that bed back on there. And then I'm going to turn around and revive it with a better bed. So that's where the title comes in. It might seem a little corny or weird the way I named it, but I thought it was kind of cool and it was better than the other names I thought of possibly titling this video. But yeah, sorry, this has been 16 minutes of me talking. So I don't blame you guys if you don't watch it or just like want to not even watch it and just, you know, ask me on Skype or whatever, pretty much for the shorter version. But yeah, I'll bring you some more clips as I get this thing torn apart and get it ready to be scrapped out and put the new bed on here. So that's gonna do it for now.